Jada, how are you?
I'm good. So, like I said, we're from 23 ABC Bakersfield here in Bakersfield. You're no stranger here. Your face is around the entire community. I don't know if you remember your time here. You've been to multiple restaurants, if you remember any of those.
Bakersfield. One of my best friends lives down in Bakersfield.
Nice.
I used to have my restaurant down there. I sold my restaurant, Johnny Garlic's, to my business partner. But no, I've been down there. Love Bakersfield. Got some funny stories about Bakersfield, and we did some great triple D joints in Bakersfield.
Can we hear some of those funny stories? Can you share any of those with us?
I'll just tell you this. I was coming. This is really a great story. I was coming through Bakersfield. I used to go to college in Las Vegas, and I was coming through Bakersfield late on a Friday afternoon. Late. I mean, maybe I'd say evening now, 6 o'clock. And I had my 280Z, and I had I think I blew my water pump, and there was no place open but one mechanic, and I went there, and they worked on my car for like an hour and a half, almost till late, till 8 o'clock, and got me going. And I just thought, man, such a big town, but still such a small, cool community feel. And that was just one of my, I'm a kid. I didn't know any, I thought I was gonna be sleeping in my car, and they helped me get on my way. So I always had great thoughts of Bakersfield.
And I've been to some of the restaurants that you went to, Salty's, Mama Roomba's. Is there anything that you've been to off the show that you really liked from Bakersfield? Anything you could think of?
Trust me, when I'm in town and I'm doing it, I'm shooting it. I'm not going to let anything go to waste. I'm not going to come there and visit. You've got such a great, you got great weather. You've got people that are out and they're doing things and they're moving around. And so when you have that, you have people that are willing to trek out and go find funky joints. And you got some funky joints. You got some funny places. You got, Moo Creamery. I mean, you just got some stuff going on that you don't find just everywhere.
We do. It's pretty cool. And speaking of finding restaurants, your new show, that's what it's about, getting these new people to find restaurants to host a show. What experience from your career and building this huge empire that you've built can you give to these people on this show to hopefully get their own show?
Well, Guy's Big Project started really just as a big discussion. I still am so thankful for all the experience, the tutelage, the education, the feedback, all this that I got when I came as a chef and a restaurant owner to the Food Network and had no idea about television. And so I'd said all these people that were helping me, and I just remember these fundamentals that were taught to me. Rachel Ray gave me some great advice, and there was a variety of people. And I said, I'd like to take all those pieces that I was taught and help others with them. And I think they maybe could help steer their career or help, propel their opportunity. And so it was just a discussion for years. And then finally it came into the idea, why don't we make a documentary about it? Not a contest. I'm not making a competition show. This isn't, where you do it and then you win and then you get a show out of it. That's not it. It's just, I'll try to do the best I can with you. I'll try to help you along on this journey. And if it goes right, maybe we get to make you a pilot, and maybe you get to, maybe you do get to put it in front of Food Network, and maybe you do get a show. And that's what this is about. And just taking the time and working with them, and good times, bad times, lots of smiles, lots of tears. And the end result is to hope that someone will get a show out of it.
And one last thing, I wanted to ask you. So I did this interview because I actually host a food show here for 23 ABC, trying to do the things that you do. What advice do you give to people and the people that you did your show with? What advice do you give to them to stand out? You stand out. Everyone knows who you are. How do you stand out amongst everyone else doing this trade?
I think that everybody has their connection to food in the way that they have it. It may be their connection of the way they cook. It may be their connection about the way they express. It may be their connection about what they'll try. There's so many different food styles out there that, some chefs eat crazy things. Some eat hot things. Some really engage in the spiritual side of it. Some get into there's just a million different aspects to it. The way I said it to my team was this. As they were on their journey on Guy's Big Project, I said, you've got to just be who you are connected to food and present that, because that will always be the true common core. You'll never move off of that point because that's who you are and that's your relationship to food. Don't try to be Guy Fieri. Don't try to be Andrew Zimmern. Don't just be you. And if you stick to what you're doing and then you present that, well, the folks will be able to tell you if they want to see more of it or if they don't. But I think that's the tried and true way to do it.
That's awesome.
And with
Great.
that personality and the way you pop, Jada, you're doing it right. Don't you just keep going.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much, and that's great advice. Great advice for anyone trying to do anything in this world today. So thank you so much, and excited to be watching your show.
Thanks for having me, Jada.